be relatively achievable for us to fix.
Yeah, and if we end up sort of maybe setting up a mass test or something on Singularity at some point, we can try and recreate whatever it was that was going on there. So yeah, we'll look into that.
Amazing, thank you. Just a quick second one. Is T2 fax in the pipeline or fax rework?
Maybe someday. It's not going to be in Legion. It's not something we're currently working on, but it's definitely not out of the question. So we expanded the concept of Tech2 capitals just last year with the Lancers, right? Or was that? Yeah, it was. No, it was a little over a year ago now. Yeah. But there's definitely room to do more. So I think it's likely that more Tech2 capitals will get introduced someday, but we don't have anything currently on our roadmap.
Thank you so much.
Hi there. So with the current state of the Ferox Navy issue, it's currently now very oppressive in different nullsec groups. It's quite meta across all groups. You see it all the time. Is there any consideration to its current state or promoting other ships in the weight class to be able to compete with it more regularly?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that's on our radar, and we've chatted about. I mean, we've made a number of changes to battle cruisers over the past couple of years. I think it's very possible we may want to make more soon. Anything?
Yeah, there's something that the CSM brought up to us, as well as the Cyclone Fleet issue. I think we chose not to make any changes this time around just because we buffed the cost of Tech 1 battleships, and if Tech 1 battleships are stronger in general, they tend to counter battle cruisers.
So we wanted to see how that would have an effect on the meta before we made more changes.
Yeah, but if the Ferox Navy issue is still being abused and is overpowered, then we can definitely take a look at it maybe in the major update for Legion.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
With all the upcoming changes, defensive capabilities are going to increase for all ships across the board. And a few expansions back, you took away from a lot of power from the Rapid Light nano meta. How are you planning on balancing the nano meta, with scepters that practically are going to be impossible to kill and to project and control large masses of enemies from smaller groups?
Yeah, it's a very good question. It's a very good point. I think the key thing is we're going to need to observe how the Legion changes affect the meta, and see if it's possible that we might need to make buffs to rapid light ships, and we might need to make buffs to other evasive ships to kind of keep that gameplay in line, especially to the damage side of them. But there's not something that we have ready to go for this month. Definitely something we should make sure we keep an eye on, though. Yeah, I agree.
And a follow-up question on the upcoming capital and super capital proliferation with the changes that are coming in nullsec and the absolutely turtled nullsec systems that are going to exist with wormhole effects. Are you planning on giving smaller forces the capability of punching up?
I think this is something I can probably take. I mean, basically, we're just trying to look at the whole capital meta as a product of the end of the Age of the Rorqual, and we're trying to get to a stage where we don't want to go back. Like, we don't want to be in a situation where there's too many capitals in the system, but we do want to get to a stage where when people want to risk deploying capitals, they are actually fun and enjoyable to play, and that would also mean that in that smaller groups or mid-sized groups would also be able to have fun. And so that is a consideration that we are looking at when we are actually looking at capital ecosystem as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello. I'd like to talk about projection. So seeing as it's been about 5 years since we started the AnswerBlex conversation, and seeing that we allegedly have full CSM buy-in for nerfing the AnswerBlex, I'd like to ask why there isn't fatigue on AnswerBlexes yet.